Okay, so here is the long-awaited Mercedes eSprinter video. But first, a minute of my cats, Caesar and Percy. Of all the places to hang out, you choose to hang out in the garbage? See, you're a normal cat, Caesar. You sleep on the floor. Yeah, you want to play? Good boy. Attacking me? Good boy, Caesar. He's smart. He listens. Come here. Gonna drag yourself over to me? Okay, so a lot of people have been requesting a video on the eSprinter, the Mercedes eSprinter van that I've been driving, which Mike got about a year ago. I had the extended body diesel Sprinter that Mike had for years, and I liked it. It was set up really nice. And then we switched over to this, which there were a few things that weren't set up as ideal as it could have been. But I'll show you kind of how it's all set up, and then I'll go over what I know about, like, the cost. I don't know everything, but Mike did send me a screenshot of the application that he uses to monitor power for everything that we do in the building. So I'm going to start with inside the cab. The screen doesn't normally glitch. I think it's just doing that on the camera. But this is it. This is where I sit. I got this screen. Right now the camera's on. This happens when the van is on and the back doors are open. I have them open because I was going to show the inside and I was cleaning it out a little bit. But it's very nice. You know what? Let me close those doors. Okay, so I closed the doors. I just put my password in. So every user has a password. If you have Mercedes, and that's the same for my car. I have the Mercedes CLA 250. Like my sticker on the back and my license plate. That sticker, right where, I can't point to it. Where is it? Where is it? Where's my finger? That sticker right above my license plate was given to me by a subscriber who lives locally. But this is it. So the infotainment system's amazing. It's super nice to have this. So I can use the iPad and connect to CarPlay, or I could use my phone and connect to CarPlay. But I don't want to show my home. I have full CarPlay with GPS and everything, whatever, it's CarPlay. It has everything that I want, or that you could want. So my map and everything shows up here. When I get calls, it shows up here. It's nice. It's nice to have this and not have to pull my phone out to do things. You're really not supposed to have your phone out to do things when you're driving. But you got the service overdue by 10 days notification. That's great, because of course the electric Sprinter needs some sort of service. But it tells you, like, the basic things, your range, how many miles. So I've put 84, 85 miles on that. It's a good amount. Mile per hour, you know, all the basic trip stuff. Yeah, there's like a little cubby thing there that I got some stuff in. Cup holders. Usually keep business cards handy here. My business cards are all right here in this box, but I usually keep a few handy. I got this power bank here, which is amazing. I love it. I could plug my Milwaukee batteries in and keep those charged. I'm actually going to turn it off for today, because I've been forgetting to turn it off. Let's see. Should shut off. Yeah, you got this side thing that I put coins in. Mike hates that I put coins in here. cup holders right there. My flashlight. I keep a spare flashlight that is always charging, and then one that I can use. Got little things up there, little things right here. It's where I keep the iPad. I'm actually gonna move it because I like it to not be. These are my Milwaukee job site earbuds. These things are awesome. Went from a video about a truck to a video about a bunch of random things. These things are so cool. They actually work as ear protection, so when I go to the range, I can use these. But yeah, I like these a lot. They're stupidly expensive, but that's Milwaukee. Yeah, and then the passenger seat first aid kit back here. Some equipment for recording, I believe, is right here. Or maybe it's a GoPro. I should probably look at it. Because I think it's a GoPro. It is a GoPro. So I don't know where my phone recording equipment is. I guess it vanished. But I try to keep it as clean as possible in here. Usually ends up getting a little bit dirty than I'd like it to, just because I get so busy. But I did just clean it today. I scrubbed the floor and everything, pulled everything out of here. But yeah, this is the cab. No rear view mirror because there's stuff back there. Heated seat, that's nice to have. Windows, as most vehicles have. And yeah, mirrors. AC works really well, and the heat, it's a heat pump because it's an electric vehicle. You do have to set this, let's see if I could show you. You do have to set, and I do it on my phone, but you have to set the vehicle to heat up the battery in the wintertime. So you have more range. Maybe it's settings here. Vehicle, light system, info. You know, I'm not really sure how to do it on the screen, but I know how to do it from my phone. Departure times, pre-entry climate control. So you would set all your things up, your departure time and your temperature and all that kind of stuff, and then before you don't have to do anything. It'll automatically start to heat the battery up at the time that you set, and that does use a lot of power, so I always keep it plugged in so that if it kicks on and it's starting to lose charge, it can just charge right back up. But that's an important thing, because if you don't do that, you get like no range in the wintertime. But I will show you what is going on in the back of the truck. You hear that? It talks to me. Actually, I could show you how to plug it in, because I'm going to plug it in too. So we have this Emporia charger here that Mike had the electrician put in. Just long enough to go across Mike's spot and into mine. Just push it and it unlocks. You have to have the key on you in your pocket or it won't do that. Open that flap up. It does have supercharging, which we don't have here. We just have regular charging, but it always charges full overnight. So I don't know how long exactly it takes to charge, but I've never had it not fully charge overnight. Maybe about 8 hours or so. This is a Tesla supercharger, so I can hook up to any Tesla supercharger and charge the van like lightning quick, like really, really fast. And it does lock the charger in place, and you could set it so that it doesn't do that, or that it unlocks when you unlocks when it's fully charged, or unlocks as you approach. But that way people can't like unplug it and then charge their car. Not that I think anyone's really gonna do that, but it's New York and people are retarded here. So it's wrapped, obviously, with the Pipe Doctor wrap. It's a nice wrap. It's pretty cool. Here's the side door. So obviously it's the high roof, so my head probably is right at about here, so I got that much room. I don't have to worry. If I stand on my tippy toes, I don't even hit the roof. And you got all this room in here for all the stuff. I'm trying to slowly piece this all together in a really neat way, because when I first got the truck, we just rushed and we threw everything in here. We didn't put any of these dividers in. So like the other day, I put in these dividers to divide all these AC related things. So capacitors, contactors, relays, surge protectors, thermostats, easy seal. I put dividers in to organize that. But just let me show you the passenger side really quick. It's a little compartment in there too. But yeah, just basic Sprinter on the cab. So here's how everything is set up. Immediately, these drawers are like probably the more common refrigeration things that I use. So I have a Hillmore swaging tool, Black Max tubing bender. I love this bender. I really like this bender. Doesn't use plastic. It's solid metal, really smooth. The pipe always comes out nicely. It bends very effortlessly. So I'm very happy with this bender. I've used Yellow Jackets and I've used Hillmore's. Hillmore's was absolute garbage, in my opinion, and this one is very nice. I got my swage tool, I said that already. I got a couple of flush kits for the flushing the refrigerant lines. The Yellow Jacket torque wrench for mini splits. There's some sort of leak detector right here that I never use, but my field piece scale, my probe pouch, but I don't keep my probes in here. I keep them in my tool bag now. My Navac automatic flaring tool. My field piece heated diode electronic leak detector, and a set of backup Testo gauges for whatever else I might need backup gauges for. Yeah, that's what I keep in there. Nitrogen tank, oxygen, and acetylene. Why is that not strapped in? I gotta strap that for brazing. My tool bag for right now, that's where I'm throwing it. Normally I have a big shop vac here, a Milwaukee shop vac. That's what these wheels are for. This Mike always called the Black Abyss in his truck, so that's what I'm calling it in here, even though it's not black. I just throw random tools in here. Pipe wrenches, hammers, the sword for cleaning Wild McLean heat exchangers, pipe cutters, sockets for anode rods, 3/8 tubing straightener, my Thermal Master infrared camera that was sent to me by Thor. I actually like it a lot, even though it's massive. Got my gloves. Oh, I'm falling. My gloves in this little holder. Got a couple random things here. Tiny tape measure, backup card reader, a lighter, a knife, my old house key for my parents' house, 3/8 7/16 wrench. That's important for boilers, for thermocouples. Backup flashlight, a cool presser, some Romex wire, some 3/8 tubing, some MC cable, some aluminum tubing for like water lines, I guess. I've never used this, but, and then a snake to pull wire through. Up top here, all my condenser fan motors. Down here, not condenser fan, any AC fan motor, condensers and ECMs and blowers, whatever. Down here is various plumbing parts. So we got some combi boiler parts there. Hydronic coil control modules, air vents, tridecator gauge, Wild McLean specific parts for the Ecotech and the Ultra Series boilers. This is the display kit for the Burnham CGA, I believe. The control for the CGA, I could be wrong. Spiral vent, tankless flush valves for a tankless water heater, 3-zone switching relay, 6-zone switching relay. So various boiler parts are all kept here. This is like specialty screws and nails for like the framing nailer, for the ram set, for different tools. There's some wiring connectors in here. There's some specialty hose connectors. Just like special little random things get thrown here, as well as a steam boiler side class back there, because that's the safest place for it to not get broken. I got my Brother P-Touch, I think is the printer. I got an old socket set here that I don't really need anymore, but I have it. The bin for my thermal imaging camera. This little tiny socket set that I use for everything. I love it. It's garbage, but it works amazingly, so it's not that much of a garbage. But here is sockets, more sockets. Milwaukee. One of these was given me by a subscriber. The other one has 1/2-inch drive head, which I don't have, so I just use these. The opener or the hole saw kit. This is a inspection camera, so I could drill a little hole, take a look at ductwork or whatever it is. This is all my duct tools in this Malco bag. I ordered this as a kit by Malco. Fan pullers, bearing pullers, all that kind of stuff. Pulley pullers are all in this little Milwaukee case. Below that is some random stuff, but all different boiler controls. And then there's a what do you call it? Steam humidifier canister back there. Expansion tanks down here. 2-inch and 3-inch PVC fittings are down there. Got a extra little, there's not much in here, but a little bottle of spray on. I keep an extra 410 down there. My combustion analyzer is right behind the cooler, which this is great for installs. Just fill it up with ice, fill it up with drinks, and then we got cold drinks ready in the truck, or we could pull them outside for the job. It's great to have. I got a kneeling pad, refrigerant tank heater for the colder days, and a yellow jacket or field piece charging jacket, easy trap, float switches, and then my hoses and my pump here for tankless flush. This is electrical fittings, screws, PVC, and then copper pro press fittings. This tape doesn't belong here, it belongs over here. This is various things. I keep some refrigeration related things in this little pouch. Turbo torch tips and whatever, some adapters. I got this little tackle box that I used to keep in my tool bag, but I got rid of it because I didn't need it. Personal carbon monoxide sensor, infrared temperature sensor, micron gauge, another micron gauge, combustible gas leak detector, AAA, AA, and D batteries, electrical connectors, an anemometer. I don't know what's in this one. Oh, that's a tachometer for reading RPM. This is a manometer for reading gas pressure. This is another vacuum gauge. Actually, this one's garbage. I'll probably throw it out. And just a couple random things get thrown in here. A tape measure. All my different sprays, cleaners that fall over whenever one of them is not put back properly. Because my spray line is still in the shop because I needed to refill it. But yeah, just various sprays, pan spray, Croil, soapy bubbles for leak detection, BioFresh for cleaning air handlers and things, cutting oil just to have as backup. That's nice in case they don't have it on a job. All my refrigerant tanks, so I got 410, R22, 407C, R22 recovery tank, and 410 recovery tank. This is always a little messy, but there's tapes, solder, flux, plumber's putty, plumber's grease, thermostat wire, disconnect, wire for my whips, which really annoying. The other wire didn't fit. These spools are a little bigger than the ones that I used to have. Caulking gun, caulk, wet rag, all that kind of stuff. And US boiler service kit for the Burnham Alpine. Here's a service kit that we made ourselves for the Bosch Green Star. Ladder, hand truck, step stool, Milwaukee light, giant 4-foot level right there. My Milwaukee blower, some towels, got extension cords right behind there. 2 hoses. I mostly use this blue one, but if I need to, I got a backup. Whip for making whips for AC units. Let's see, James texted me, so let me see what he said. Yeah, whips. I got my Trade Fox umbrella. I got a greaser for commercial bearings and things for like exhaust fans or rooftop units. I've only used that a few times. I got it for one job, and it's a cool thing to have, but I hardly use it. Giant pipe wrench, an absurdly large pipe wrench. Pipe vise, that's nice to have for tightening things down. It's real hot, so I'm sweating. It's like 80 something degrees and super humid, and the sun is beating down on the truck. Here's a bucket with random stuff in it, pipes, whatever. Here's that little rod for my ladder rack. It's actually so hot I'm starting to get lightheaded talking this much, but True Blue hose kit for vacuuming. Neutralizing media for condensate neutralizers for condensing boilers and water heaters. Field piece recovery machine and field piece vacuum pump. And there's also some vacuum pump oil back there. This is the pipe rack, so I could pull pipe out through there. 3/4 pipe for PVC, 3/4 M, 3/4 L, 1/2 inch M, 1/2 inch L. Some random PEX stuff, some threaded rods, some unistrut. Here's some random things. My condenser coil cleaner. I like to keep it right here. I don't know why, I just do. There's a gas valve here for a water heater. Got contractor bags. I just throw contractor bags in here as I need from the shop. This is a transfer pump, so I can empty out water heaters. Some washing machine hoses, even though I don't really do plumbing, it's nice to have those. April air filter, so if a customer has a really bad one, I can replace it for them on the spot. Because a lot of the time when homeowners buy a home and they have a nice April air filter, they don't know they even have a filter, and I come and I replace it, and I'm like, oh, I have one, but you should order more for the future. Airnight IPG. This is an air purifier for up to 2.5 tons. It's the one that I keep in the truck. And then these little tools that take out PVC from fittings, but I hardly ever use that. I got automatic pump sprayer, new Calgon and Viper coil guns. I have those because I like got a lot of crud in that. I like Viper's spray nozzle better. And they dilute to different ratios, so you need the 2 different ones depending on which chemical you use. This is a low water cutoff. This is another low water cutoff. And then there's just some various things like the service kits for the Wama Clean Ultras. And then again, this is all my AC stuff. Capacitors, single capacitors, dual capacitors, contactors, double pole and single pole contactors with the shunt. Got a rib relay. Got these smart contactors. I have yet to actually put one of these in, but Mike likes them. Surge protector, 16 amp soft start, so that's for the larger, like 3, 4, 5 ton systems. Bosch BCC 100 thermostat, because those go bad frequently. Honeywell Home RTH 9585WF smart color thermostat. Sensi smart thermostat, and a regular Emerson. This is what we typically use when we install a regular thermostat, especially for heating, but for simple cooling as well. Compressor saver, lug saver, 2 kits to use regular PSC blowers and ECM blower air handler. Hard starts, I got the one for the 3, 4, 5 ton and for the one for the lower one. And then some various random ream parts for like rooftop units, some air handlers, high limit switches for like carrier furnaces and ream furnaces, ream RTUs. I got a 115 volt condensate pump, a 240 volt condensate pump, vent damper here. I believe this one is 5 inch because I ran out of the 6 inch. I usually have a 6 inch as well. Here's a fan center relay, 24 volt transformer with circuit breaker, aquastats, igniters, just various things, control boards for Burnham Alpine, for the Burnham ES2, for whatever it is. I actually just used the Burnham ES2 control. Gas valves, Honeywell 3/4 inch stone valves, all different kinds of things, but mostly just control related stuff up here, simpler control stuff. This stuff's all a bit of a mess. So CO2 cartridges, various like flare fittings, Schrader caps, Schraders. We got circulator flanges, temperature and pressure relief valves, pressure only relief valves for domestic, for hydronic, for steam. Boiler treatment stuff. Keep a couple anode rods here for titaniums. There's some oil nozzles here, even though we don't do oil. These are drill bits, grinder blades, stuff like that. These Malco cutters belong in the Malco bag. Some random like assortment of sticker things. I got this Toolzilla. I've been looking for these for blades for my knife. Now I know where they are. Yeah, just various kind of random things that probably a lot of people don't care about. Some more particular condensing boiler parts, the more frequently used ones and smaller ones. Steam air vents, straight and angled. Main steam air vent. This has got a lot of different igniters, pilot burners, things like that. Then we got 1/2-inch fittings, 3/4 fittings, and ball valves. 1 inch and 1.25 inch. I kind of throw all in here. I don't really deal with much of the bigger stuff. Steam, radiator shutoff valves, angle and straight are in there. Electrical stuff, so this I use to drain down boilers and water heaters quickly, which I like to put over here. Yeah, electrical switches, outlets, boxes, cover plates, breakers, pressure switch tubing, and various little things in there. 1.5 inch and 1.25 inch things right here. Fittings, nipples. Same for here, 1 inch, 3/4, and 1/2 inch. Then I got a 1 inch nipple tray, 1/2 inch nipple tray, 3/4 inch nipple tray. I just threw these down here, pokey for installs and stuff. I've been trying to use this stuff more than the tape. It looks nice. I like it. My small Milwaukee M18 wet vac, shop vac. It's really nice to have. And I think that's it. I think I went over everything in the truck. So, yeah. Okay, so I am in my car now because it's so hot. And I want to run the air conditioning to go over this. So, Mike sent me this chart, and for 2026, which will include a little bit of winter and a little bit of summer so far, the average cost yearly so far is $93.51 a month. So that's what the cost is for electricity to charge the van. Now, it has high and lows. I don't have these specifics, but I can tell from experience that whenever I am doing service calls in the wintertime, if I have to go to like Manhasset, which is from all the way to the north of Long Island, from the south of Long Island where the shop is. I got crud on my face from job. It's sometimes it gets scary because sometimes I'll start running pretty low if I'm doing a lot of service calls with a lot of driving in the wintertime, and that's usually in just a day. So when it's really, really cold, I did get nervous that I was going to run out of charge. And I did have one day where I started with like 78%, and I didn't charge it because I was supposed to be just doing an install the next day. But then I had to go to Manhasset, and I had to stop and charge it on the way back because it was going to be completely dead. I wasn't going to make it to the shop. With battery heating, it helps that. Not a ton, but it does help. And then obviously having a full charge helps. But in the summertime, I could do a pretty good amount of driving, like maybe going out 10 miles and then coming back and stop and go traffic and other different local calls, and I'll be at like from 100 to 70% in a day. Usually in the summertime, I could get a full week worth of service calls on a full charge, but it's hard to tell now because I just always have it charged at 100% at the start of the day. But it is nice not hearing it. It's very quiet. It's very comfortable. It's very smooth. I think because it's so heavy, it just glides right over everything. Like any bumps, it feels like butter when it drives. It's nice to have the regenerative braking, where if you press on the paddle shifter to the minus paddle shifter, which would normally bring you down a gear, it actually just engages the braking, the regenerative braking, and it brakes. Like, it really does brake. It's almost as if you were pushing the pedal to brake. Like, it stops really well. So I hardly ever have to touch the brake pedal. Once I get to like 15 miles per hour, then it kind of just starts to roll, and then I just use the regular brake. So that saves a lot of my foot moving back and forth, which makes a big difference when you're doing a lot of driving. So I like having that a lot, and then it charges the battery a little bit. So if you have a very hilly area and you're going up a hill, when you go back down, you're going to charge the truck a little bit. It is very slow to accelerate, which I didn't expect, because a lot of these electric cars are very quick to accelerate, but I guess it's so heavy with all the equipment in the back, and then the batteries, it's a lot of weight. I don't know what the weight is exactly, but definitely is heavy. And it's slow. It's so slow to accelerate that people will honk at me when they're behind me. Part of that is just because New York drivers are terrible and have no patience, but it's pretty brutal. I will absolutely floor it, and it is so slow to get up to speed, like even getting up to like 35 miles per hour, which could be scary if I'm trying to get on the highway, because I can't accelerate quickly, and I get nervous that someone is going to assume that I'm going to be accelerating and then they're going to rear end me. So it is what it is. I don't really do much highway driving, and once you're at speed, it's fine. And the speed is capped at 75 miles per hour, and that's just how it comes from Mercedes, which is fine. I know I shouldn't even be going that fast, but when I'm on the highway, like the expressway, everybody's passing me, which is what it is. Doesn't really matter. But it is something to know that if you want good acceleration, the eSprinter is terrible for it. And if you want to go fast, the eSprinter can't. But otherwise, it's really nice. It's a pleasure to drive. It really is. Like, it's a lot better to drive than the diesel. You don't have to worry about oil changes. You don't have to worry about the diesel exhaust fluid. You don't have to worry about filling it up with diesel. And it's a lot cheaper. So normally I would fill the extended body Sprinter about every 4 days with diesel when I was going back and forth from Melville to here. Where this is lasting me a full charge for a week. So you figure 2 weeks, if it's, or not 2 weeks, 4 weeks in a month, basically. And the usage was $93 a month. So 93 divided by 4, this is just rough math. $23 a week versus whatever diesel was. Diesel 5, I forget how many gallons it was, but it's like $100 to fill the truck up with diesel. So 20 bucks versus $100 is a pretty big difference in a month, or in a week. And then over the course of a year, that's a pretty big difference. So I don't know. The cost of it doesn't really affect me so much. It affects Mike, because Mike owns the business. I just run the service calls. But from a technician perspective, of someone who's driving this van all the time and using it, I like it a lot. The acceleration isn't so bad that I can't stand it, even though it's terrible. Like, I can manage, I could deal with it. I'll just deal with people honking and going around me. And the top speed is fine. I don't need to go faster than that. And it's quiet and it's smooth. The only weird thing is, when I'm reversing, sometimes it'll just slam on the brakes if it detects any sort of movement. So, like, if it sees the flags on the building moving, that's it. It slams on the brakes to a complete stop, and I can't back up, which is sometimes a pain, because, like, what if they're getting ready to load equipment and I'm trying to back into a spot and any of them move? That's it. So that's one of the annoying things. The fuse for the charging port, I think, is blown for the 12-volt charger, but I couldn't find it. I didn't really look that hard, but I don't know why it would have blown immediately. But the 12-volt charger doesn't work. The USB-C is fast charging, so it has multiple USB-C ports in it to plug in to charge headlamps or my phone or whatever. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. Like the video if you liked it. Comment any questions or anything that you might have about the truck. I may or may not be able to answer them. Leave advice or criticisms in the comments below. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.